One thing that has been true for 20 years is, and growing, building even over that time, is that, boy, I believe the heart of God is that people are well placed. The heart behind seeing a corner church and a valued and community business within walking distance of people in our city is because, not because of more of any of this amazing team, for sure not more of me, but more people that are in their local loving and caring for people. I think of just a couple of quick moments. In Exodus chapter 2, Pharaoh's daughter was walking along the river for a spa day with her attendants. As she's down by the river, this is in a crazy season, a season of brokenness in culture. Can you imagine a season of brokenness in culture where baby boys were being killed in order to suppress the population of the Hebrew people? As she's going along, she sees a basket floating in the river. She sends one of her attendants who gets it. She opens it up, and immediately her heart is broken because this little Hebrew boy was crying inside of it. She felt sorry for him. Now, again, if you go to our YouVersion, these things are on. This is going to flash back a couple times, but think of what happened because of that moment. Right place, right time. Think of all the world that was changed because somebody was there and had a heart to pull the basket out of the river to make sure that this baby boy was cared for. This isn't an only narrative. In fact, this is a common thing that happens over and over again. In Mark chapter 2, there's a man who is crippled, and he's going from A to B and B to C and C to D. When he's traveling around, there's a pattern that had formed, and probably for quite a while, if he was going somewhere, he needed to be helped. Either 2 or 3 or 4 people would have to grab his mat and be able to carry him from place to place. And there this guy was in a moment where they resolved, whether from this guy or from these friends, they said, we hear that Jesus is helping people like you. Let's get you to him. Now, some of you got here on time today or early, well done. And then some of you were like these fine people and got there a little late. In Mark chapter 2, they arrived, and the house that Jesus was in was packed full of people. And there was a moment. They had resolve, right place, a little late, but right time. They took the man up onto the roof. They dug a hole in the roof, and they lowered him down before Jesus. And again, I'll flash this before you again. You should read these stories. Read these stories, this moment, because these people were willing and able and took this man before Jesus. He not only had his sins forgiven, but he walked out of that. One more. In John chapter 6, Jesus and his disciples received word that their friend and comrade and relative, John the Baptist, had been killed, been martyred. Because of that, they were trying to get away. They got into the boat and they were sailing to a remote place to try to get away, but then tens and hundreds and eventually thousands started to chase along the edge of the sea. When they landed on the shore, there were over 5,000 people gathered there. Jesus had compassion on them and he healed them and he taught them. The disciples later in the day, they go, hey, we got to be out of here at noon, buddy. Don't pause too long for that. We got to be out of here. And so he said, Jesus turned to them and send them somewhere to get something to eat. Jesus says, you feed them. And just as a moment to make a point, it had to be just to make a point. They brought this boy who was yanked up in front of them and says, listen, this is all we have. 5 loaves and 2 fish. What do you want us to do? This is what we've got. Again, this boy probably didn't pack his own lunch. My mom would be so proud. He gave it. Again, that passes by. But read these stories. Right place, right time, humongous impact. I'm going to give you just about 2 minutes to share, but what does it reveal to us? That these people, without full awareness of the scale of what was happening where they were, God was doing something. They were essential to what God was doing.